Hi everyone, Zizaran here with the first after heist video. I wanted to give you guys a really good tip and explain it a little bit better for how you can get a very easy 6-link. Sounds like an amazing clickbait article. It's like, oh my god, easy 6-link, bankers hate him. Either way, I died on my essence strain character mostly due to bad play. My curse flask wasn't up and vuln damage mod, and I died very fast. So I'm dead. So I leveled a blade blast chieftain and then farmed a 6-link. Well, first of all, let's talk about how I farmed a 6-link. So I've actually scuffed this up a little bit more than I should, and there's a couple of things you can do here. So for those of you who have already completed a lot of maps on your iron list, you might be fucked. But for those of you that we can still save, let's talk about it. There's a couple of things here. In Turn's End is a map called Residence, and this map drops the Dapper Prodigy. So it's a tier 2 map. And with 1 watchstone it becomes a 2. It's tier 9. Yeah, tier 5 with 2 and tier 9 with 2, I mean. So anyway, Residence drops a Dapper Prodigy with a very high drop rate. I think in less than 20 maps I farmed 1 6-link. And obviously it's a random 6-link. I didn't end up getting perfect colors, but you know, I could use added fire instead of control destruction. So very happy with my outcome. And they're very easy to farm. So for these maps, I am Tistlin and alking them. But let's talk a little bit about the setup. So there's a couple of ways you can farm it. So the first thing I did was get a residence map. You can get this just by vendoring a bunch of mausoleums. Let's just demonstrate that real quick. Okay, so those 3 sell, but for example, these might not. That one's Underground River. That one's Underground River. That one's Desert Spring. Residence. So just play around with a combination until you get a residence, right? That's how you get that. Super easy. I also got it from Sana. I got one through Sana. But either way, that's the easy part. Now, what I wanted to do, I wanted to complete 1 tier 3 map to get the Citadel. And then I wanted to lock in a Conqueror here, a tier 1 Conqueror. Either one with 1 watchstone or with 0 watchstones would be what I would want to lock in here early and then never kill that one. Because what happens if, for example, as I said, I've screwed this up. But what happens if, for example, you have a shore and a residence and you get this, right? And you can see that the next 2 aren't getting rewards. That's because we've been keeping this here for a while. Now, when you do this, what happens is the first time like normal, you will just be doing any map in this region, so generally 3 residences, and that'll give you the progress on your Conqueror. And after doing it 3 times, Zana will go like, oh, you're ready to face off against Veritania. You click open portal, and that will then do a 50-50 between shore or residence. So you basically get a free map every 3rd, and there's a big chance of that being residence. Like with me now that I have 3, it would be 33% chance. And if you have a 4th, it would be 25% chance, because it only puts the Redeemer or the Conqueror, anyone, on the maps you've unlocked. And then the way I do that with the free map, obviously that's not rolled or anything, but still get a good chance for div cards. I would clear the map, including the boss, and then leave instead of killing Veritania. And then it goes back to 1, and the cycle starts over. You're not getting the extra monsters, but you are getting a free map every 3rd map. So that's one nice thing you can do there. If you like me have screwed up, I've completed 1 yellow map here as well, but even with this setup now where I have like 2 tier 3s and 1 tier 2, this is still okay. So what I've done now is I've put watchstones in every other region. Everything else is higher, so if I search for 2 now, the only map that can drop now is Residence. So this is really good to just stockpile a bunch of tier 2 residents. It's going to be like one of my favorite places to level new characters, because I'm getting XP and 6-links. So very easy to farm a bunch of 6-links this thing. So the way this works now, if I'm clearing like a shore, then I don't have a great chance of getting a residence, right? Because I can drop Desert Springs and I can drop residence. But if I'm clearing like any of my other maps, like if I'm like leveling, especially on higher characters now, I will just be getting a bunch of residences. I did like 20-30 yesterday. So for me now, I would just be doing any map not in Turn's End. And it'll every time it drops a tier 2, it'll drop a residence. And we can do this at higher level too. As long as we make sure residence is the only one of its tier, we have an advantage there. Now it's a tier 5. Now I can see that there are other tier 5s, so what I would need to do now is get more watch tones, and I would put one here, and one here. So you only need one in the outer regions, so I could just take those out and already do that right now, and then I'd be farming tier 5 residences. And obviously the higher in residences you want to go, you need more watch tones. So here's the fuck up, right? I've done wharf as well, because I wasn't paying attention because I was sleepy. So I will get 50-50 between Wharf and Residence. Now, they're both good maps, but Wharf doesn't drop 6LINKS, it drops fusings, and they weren't very helpful for me this league. But I just wanted to do like a quick sum up and video with that. And as a quick TLDR for people wondering why I didn't do Cracklands, and maybe I should make an update video on Cracklands, but I haven't played it myself yet. And it's gotten all the new skills pretty much have gotten an overwhelmingly negative feedback. A lot of people have been, like I suggested, switching to Arc or Ball Lightning. One of the interactions wasn't working as we hoped, even though the video from Garden Gear Games shows that it gains multiple intensify charges from Spell Echo. That actually doesn't happen. So the video looks really weird now. Don't know what happened there. But yeah, either way, it's very, very hard to get going. The number one thing for people doing Cracklands is try to get as much cast speed as humanly possible. And I do want to do this still. I do still want to try either Pyro or Inquisitor or maybe even a Trickster Cracklands, but it's definitely harder without gear and without a lot of cast speed, and it's still not going to be something that's going to kill bosses. Like even like Arc and Ball Lightning, they're not like amazing boss killers on those. On the Saboteur they are actually. So yeah, hope you guys like this video, hope it helps. Let me know what 6LINKS you guys farm. And remember, Val side areas is good for 6LINKS too. And a quick reminder that you can recolor corrupted items in your crafting bench at the cost of Val orbs. So thanks for watching, good luck in Heist, don't crash, and try to die less than I do.